Welcome to Talk with Shit Get Poppin'. I'm your host, Edat Zoe. In this episode, we're going to discuss Week 14 of the NFL. First game we have is the Patriots versus the Rams. Now, we know damn right after that 45 skunk win to the Chargers, it ain't mean shit. When the Patriots face a good team like the Rams, all hope's lost. They only scored 3 points. 3. And not only that, Cam Newton threw 9 for 16 for 119 yards, and he fucked up throwing the interception to Kenny Young. And not only was it an interception, it was a pick six, and that was in the second quarter. Then he got benched in the fourth quarter after going 3 and out 3 times. Bruh, y'all gotta score. Y'all gotta go 3 and out, bro, 3 times in the fourth quarter when they need y'all. But Cam ain't to blame. At the end of the day, ain't this the reason why Brady left? Because y'all ain't got no weapons. If you get Cam some weapons, maybe he could perform good, because we seen a glimpse of that in the beginning of the season. Now they face a good team next week in the Dolphins with a good-ass defense. We seen what they did to Patrick Mahomes. Now, not only that, don't be surprised if the Dolphins come out with a W, because this is the second game of the season, the second time they face in the season, and they do have a history for always beating the Patriots the second time they face in the season. And if you think about it, last year when the Patriots lost their first round playoff game, you could blame the Dolphins. The Dolphins traded Tannehill, which was the quarterback, to the Titans early in the season. Then they beat the Patriots late in the season to force the Patriots to get a play in the first round, and then they lost to Tannehill, that's used to beating Patriot late in the season because he played for the Dolphins. So let's just see what happens. Just don't be surprised if the Dolphins win and the Patriots walk out of there with an L. And we have the Rams facing the Jets, and we all know that's going to be an easy win. There ain't nothing much to say. Second game of the week, we have the Titans versus the Jags. And what's new about the Jags? Not a motherfucking thing. They still got that one dusty, lonely ass win. And the only new thing about them is the number of losses going up every week. And we knew that this was going to happen when they faced the Titans. We knew Derrick Henry was going to run all over their ass, and that's exactly what Derrick Henry did, ran all over their ass. He averaged 8.3 yards a carry for 215 yards with 2 touchdowns. Tannehill threw for 212 yards for 2 touchdowns. And we knew that this was going to happen. The Jags was going to get that L. Just take that L, Jag Nation. Y'all ain't doing so well, but y'all kind of used to it. Next, the Titans play the Lions, and we could pretty much predict a win for the Titans. And the Jags, sorry Jag Nation, y'all play the Ravens. Did you see that Monday night game? That's another L for the Jags. Next, we got the Vikings and the Bucks. And I'm going to need an explanation on this one. Can somebody please explain to me how? How in the hell did the Vikings lose this one? Kirk Cousins threw for more yards than Brady. Dalvin Cook ran for more yards than Jones. The Vikings had the ball for almost 19 more minutes than the Bucks did. And the Vikings had 10 more first downs than the Bucks did. So can somebody please explain to me how in the hell did the Vikings lose this one? And if you do not know how, I'll be more than happy to tell you. Although the Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins threw for more yards than Brady, it was only 29 more yards than Brady. And Kirk Cousins got 1 less touchdown than Brady. Brady had 2 touchdowns. Kirk Cousins only had 1. Kirk Cousins got sacked 6 more times than Brady. It was 6-0 actually, and somebody need to find those offensive linemen for those sacks. And not only that, Brady didn't have Jason Pierre-Paul damn near snatched the ball out of his hand in the fourth quarter. So, if you need more explanation, I'll be more than happy to do that. Because the kicker in this one is the kicker, Dan Bailey. they need to find him 4 times for those 4 missed kicks. He missed 1 extra point to bring the score up to 7-0 when the Vikings first scored. Then he had a chance to take the lead around the second quarter to bring the score up 10-7, which he missed. Then they brought him around the third quarter to bring the score closer, 23-9. He missed. Then the Vikings had to convert a 2-point conversion to bring the score closer, 23-14. And in the fourth quarter, with 5 minutes 19 seconds left in the game, they bring Dan Bailey out again. And surprise to everybody, he fucks up. When he was supposed to bring the score 23-17, he fucks up the kick. So yeah, don't expect them back next year. Now we got the Dolphins and the Patriots, and this was a hell of a ball game. The Dolphins defense showed that they ain't nothing to fuck with. They had 3 interceptions plus a forced fumble, a total of 4 turnovers against Kansas City Chiefs. They got 2 interceptions in the first half, plus a few sacks. One of them was for 30 yards. And that usually don't happen in the NFL ballgame. That usually happen in Madden, in a video game. When you have a quarterback like Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, or Kyler Murray, you think you have a play action, you finna trick him, just run that thing, go right, and then you realize you fuck up, so you gotta go left. You find yourself running backwards, and boom, they got the sack. The Dolphins did that in the NFL ballgame, and they did that against the Kansas City Chiefs. And if we look at the first half, you would think the Dolphins would win the ball game. The Dolphins, hey, me being a Dolphins fan, I'm thinking, hey, we got this game. We got this game. Even though Tyreek Hill got me shook like, oh, yeah, they got that guy. I don't know. And we should have known better as Dolphins fans, because Patrick Mahomes is looking like he's being known for being the comeback kid. This isn't his first time coming back. He did it several times. And if you look at last year, he did it several times last year, plus the Super Bowl. And this game, other than the 3 interceptions, Patrick Mahomes threw for 393 yards and 2 touchdowns. That man almost threw for 400 yards after all that throwing those 3 interceptions. And we can look at the opposite side and look at Tua, and we see that he's improving every week. This week was his first time hitting the 300 mark with 316 yards, and last week he hit the 200 mark. And the Dolphins face the Patriots next week, and we in the second game of the season, when they do face the Patriots, we see the Dolphins always walking out with a W. And they usually do that with Tom Brady. The Patriots ain't doing that well this year, and they have a struggling quarterback in Cam Newton. And the Chiefs, they face the Saints. And we still don't know if Drew Brees finna be ready to play in week 15. So both of these teams might walk out with a W next week. So now we have week 14's worst of the worst. First ball game is the Broncos versus the Panthers. And Drew Lock looked like he's trying to remain that guy after looking like that guy against the Panthers. He threw for 280 yards. He had a passing completion percentage of 77%, completing 21 out of 27 passes, along with 4 touchdowns. But again, this was against a sorry-ass Panthers defense that's not known for rushing. Because let's be real, we seen how he played in week 13 against the Chiefs, and he could have handled that pressure. He had in the last possession when he had the ball, he looked like he was pretty nervous, almost throwing the pick the first time to Tar Heel, and then he threw one to Matthews. And this wasn't his only first time looking like He was somewhat nervous and couldn't finish the ball game. Week 1 against the Titans, he couldn't seal the deal. Week 2 versus the Steelers, fourth quarter, he had a chance to be the first team to beat one of the only teams to beat the Steelers before they finally lost to Washington. But while on the 20-yard line, he couldn't do nothing with the ball. In week 9, he did do something at the end of the ball game, but it was too late. He had a booty ass first half. And when let's see here, Denver faces two good teams out of the 3 last games they played in the season. And honestly, I don't know. Depending how you ball out, maybe Denver might not need a quarterback, but to be on the safe side, I would have got a quarterback if I was Denver, just to be on the safe side. Next, we have the Texans and the Bears. And the Texans are just looking bad this year. The Texans are just looking horrible this year. If they had the biggest fall-off award, the Texans would take that award. Because last year, they was 11-5, and this year they're just pitiful. They can't even. It's just sad how they've been playing this year. And they had some games where they should have won, like in week 13. They should have won, playing, I believe, the Colts. But Washington won a fumble when I believe they was like inside the 5-yard line. I believe the 2-yard line. He fumbles a snap. Well, he fumbles the handoff. It looked like it should have been a play action. Well, whatever it should have been after they say he fumbled. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I can't beat the Bears. The Bears beat them 36-7. And the Bears is a pretty bad team this year as well. So yeah, like I said, they would take the biggest fall off award, because it's just a damn shame what happened to the Texans. We have the Cowboys and the Bengals. And these are 2 bad teams going head to head, and somebody had to win. The Bengals flat out suck. If we look at the season between 2019 and 2020, so far they only won 4 games out of the 29 games they played. And as a Cowboy fan, although this was the Bengals, I would be happy as fuck right now. Because imagine y'all would have lost to the Bengals. That would have been a shame. A damn shame. A damn motherfucking shame. So be happy. At least y'all beat the Bengals. Now the last game we have in for week 14's worst of the worst is the Falcons and the Chargers. And somebody need to explain this one to me. Because the Falcons was favored to win. And to everyone's surprise, they let the rookie quarterback, Justin Herbert, finish the ball game. Justin Herbert looked like he was a veteran quarterback, and the seasoned quarterback in Matt Ryan looked like a quarterback that was too seasoned. I don't know how in the hell you throw your 3rd pick late in the 4th quarter when the ball game tied, but that's exactly what he did. And he did that, then his sorry ass defense let a rookie quarterback do better than him to set his kicker up to win the ball game. And I blame Matt Ryan, because at the end of the day, you threw that pick late in the 4th quarter to let a rookie quarterback set his kicker up for the ball game. The Falcons are just horrible this year. They let the Cowboys beat them because they kick return team don't know what to do on the offside kick. Jump on the ball. You gotta go get it. And after that, for this year, it's just been shitty. They haven't been looking that good since that Super Bowl loss. And bruh, I don't know what to say about the Falcons. I have no clue what to say about the Falcons at all, because at the end of the day, bruh, they were supposed to win that game. They was supposed to win that game. That should have been Matt Ryan setting up his kicker for the ball game. But to everybody's surprise, they lost. That's crazy. I don't know what they need to do this year. Well, next year, because it's too late now. But whatever it is, they need to do something. Because what they got going, they ain't working for them at all. Now we got the Giants and the Cardinals. And now let's talk Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray threw under 180 yards the last 2 games. And this in week 14, he looked like he's doing much better. He threw for 244 yards and 1 touchdown. But let's be real. No matter how Kyler felt, we knew damn right the Giants were going to beat the Cardinals. We knew the Giants were going to take that L. And just like we predicted, they took that L. And New York teams, other than the Bills, don't look like they're doing that well this year. And the crazy thing is that the Giants still have a chance to make it to the playoffs, which is beyond me. Damn NFC East. Now let's talk Colts and Raiders. After that last second comeback win to the sorry ass, booty ass Jets, Derek Carr and the Raiders faces the Colts and they lose. And as if the score didn't look bad enough, the score looks even uglier after Derek Carr throws a tip pick to Colts DB Kyrie Willis for a pick 6, which widens the spread 44-27. And we shouldn't be surprised here. I mean, the Raiders beat the sorry-ass Jets in the 4th quarter, last second of the game, last few seconds of the game. And it was the Jets. They almost lost to the Jets. And if had it not been for their Jets defensive coordinator, Greg Williams, calling that dumbass cover 0 blitz, the Jets would have won their first game late in the season, beating the Raiders. So this shouldn't be no surprise that the Colts beat the Raiders. Let's talk Jets and Seahawks. And let's be real, we knew damn right that the Jets weren't going to win this one. We knew damn right that this was going to be an easy win for Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. We knew that firing defensive coordinator Greg Williams wasn't going to do anything for the Jets. And just like we predicted, the Jets lost 40-3. But let's talk Russell Wilson a little bit. His turnover is still increasing. He increases his turnover by 1, which makes it 10 turnovers in 6 games. But at least y'all won, which was a game y'all was supposed to win. Playing the sorry ass, booty ass, winless ass New York Jets. Next, we got Packers and Lions. No one should be surprised. Packers won. Lions lost. Shocker to who? Not to me. But let's talk Lions running game, which they need to do something with. All season, they had no type of running game. They're 30th in the league when it comes to rushing yards. That was second to last. And in week 14 playing the Packers, 5 different rushers for only 51 yards. So y'all losing to the Packers shouldn't be a surprise to anybody at all. And next week, the Lions play the Titans, which should be an interesting game. We know that the Titans going to have way more rushing yards than the Lions. And the Packers play the Panthers. And that should be an easy win for the Packers. So let's go ahead and see what happens next week, because we already knew what was going to happen in week 14 when the Packers play the Lions. Next, we got Washington football team versus the 49ers. And this one, CBS Sports favored the 49ers to win by 3. And Washington said, Washington beat the 49ers by 8. But who could blame the 49ers for losing with all the injury issues they had this year? And if we look at the 49ers quarterback, Nick Mullins, we see that Nick Mullins had a shitty game. He completed 25 out of 45 for 260 yards, 1 touchdown. Oh yeah, and a pick. And can we blame him for not having the pieces around him due to injuries? In this game, we can't blame him, because he had a few chances to tie the ball game and or win the ball game, and he fucked up. So I say, yeah, you can blame him because he had them opportunities and he missed them opportunities. And he missed them opportunities late in the fourth quarter. So yeah, you can blame him. He was the leader of the team. And leading the offense, he led them to a failed mission. And they predicted you to win. But like I said, you fucked up. So let's just see how they do next week. Next week, the 49ers faces the, let's see here, 49ers play the Cowboys, which should be interesting. Oh, this should be interesting. Y'all playing the Cowboys. And that should be an interesting game. The 49ers and the Cowboys. Oh, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a root for the Cowboys, but I won't be surprised if they lose. And Washington played the Seahawks. And we pretty much know what's gonna happen. Washington gonna take that L. But like I said, with Washington, you never know. You never know. Next, we got that who that said they're gonna beat the Saints. Who that said they're gonna beat the Saints? The Eagles. And if you had your money on this one, I bet your pocket's feeling light right now. Everyone said that the Saints was gonna beat the Eagles with a rookie quarterback, Jalen Hurts. They said this was gonna be an easy win. They said that the Saints defense was gonna eat Jalen Hurts alive. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles said, nah, bruh. It's crazy too, because the Saints defense haven't allowed anyone to run for 100 yards in 50-something games, and they allowed 2 plays from the Eagles to do it. You had running back Miles Sanders run for 115 yards along with 2 touchdowns, and Jalen Hurts ran for 106 yards along with 167 yards passing with 1 touchdown. And Jalen Hurts' leadership made the Saints eat that up. And now you have head coach for the Eagles, Doug Peterson, saying he don't know if he want to start Jalen or Carson Wentz. Bro, if you don't calm that shit down and start Jalen, bro, you seen what Carson Wentz did for you. He fucked up your whole season. Now think about it this way: had y'all start Jalen when y'all was supposed to start Jalen, maybe y'all would still have a chance in the playoff, being in that booty ass division that y'all in. But now y'all have a duck ass 12% chance of making it to the playoff. That's a damn shame. A damn shame. Now let's talk Steelers and Bills football. Are you surprised? Are you surprised? Really, can you ask yourself, and answer that question and say, are you surprised that the Bills beat the Steelers? Because I'm not. If we take a look into the Steelers record, we'll see that they was a hell of a team. But when you actually see them play, you see that they was alright. They almost lost to some good teams and some bad teams. They almost lost to the Texans, but Watson throws a pick in the fourth quarter inside the 10-yard line. They almost lost to the Titans, but the Titans kicker kicks the ball slightly right. They almost lost to the Ravens, but Lamar won a fumble. They almost lost to the Cowboys, but Dalton throws a pick early in the fourth inside the 6-yard line. And they finally lose to a bad team in Washington and then lose to the Bills. But we shouldn't be surprised, because the defense for the Steelers is pretty good, but their offense is just alright. Last but not least, we have the Ravens versus the Rams.
Jackson will keep it and get the end.
This was one of the best Monday Night Football games ever. This was up there with Monday Night Miracle, Dolphins versus the Jets. This was a hell of a game. This was one of those games that you would only see in the movies. It would only have to be scripted. Bruh. If you look at both quarterbacks' performance in this game, bruh, both of them deserve a round of applause. Baker Mayfield, team was down. He brought them closer, then brought them up to take the lead. Then Lamar Jackson, who was out due to cramps, his second string quarterback of this game, because remember, Robert Griffin III was out as well, so they had to bump their third string to second string quarterback, which their second string quarterback of the ball game ended up getting hurt, so Lamar Jackson had to return. And when he returned in the fourth down. He only had one chance for his team to win the ball game. And that one chance in the fourth down, he scrambled through and completed to take the lead and make it a 7-point game with a 2-point conversion, which Baker then tied the ball game with a pass to Kareem Hunt. And then Lamar took over, getting his kicker, Jason Tucker, got him in good position so he can kick the game-winning field goal. And one thing you can say about Jason Tucker is he's no Dan Bailey. He's gonna make it. And after that, 2 seconds left in the ball game, the Browns try to score with lateral passes and end up in the end zone, giving the Ravens a safety to end the ball game 47-2, Raven victory. What a hell of a game. We'll see y'all next week.